Boom. Welcome back to the podcast. Hi, Hunnies. I just got shit on by a bird. A bird just gonna shit on me. A bird just gonna shit on me. A bird just gonna shit on me. I've never been shit on by a bird before. Never one time. But tonight, that changes.
Everything changes.
Everything changes tonight. I got shit on. I was on the balcony hanging out after the sauna. Sauna and a shit on me. Mama said I was going to go to the sauna and the sauna's going to shit on me. And the sauna didn't shit on me, but the bird shit on me. I was upstairs and I was just chilling out. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, I'm covered in bird shit. But I'm so into like being lucky, like wanting to be lucky, that I'm like, it's fucking good luck. Because isn't it supposed to be good luck?
Yeah.
Exactly. I saw that and I was like, I came downstairs. This is so lame. I came downstairs and I was taking off my bird shit shirt because I got shit on my shirt. And then I was like washing my hands. And then I just looked up. I don't even like believe in God. Sometimes I just say thank you to the sky. Like, you're just like, I'm just feeling really blessed right now. And I just gotta freaking shout out the sky. Like, I don't know what I think is in the sky. I wasn't baptized or raised with any religion at all, but I just feel like you just gotta thank this guy. Sometimes you just gotta thank this guy. Sometimes something good happens and you're like, I love you. You know, I want a necklace just so I can kiss it. Like an Italian man.
That's like every soccer player.
Exactly. Italian man.
Every Italian soccer player.
Every Italian soccer player is just like, I love you, mama, and I love you, Jesus.
In that order.
In that order. It's my mama first, then her meatballs, then Jesus. She loves my meatballs too. And a lot of moms want to have sex with their sons. Just saying. Anyway,
it's Mother's Day.
It's Mother's Day. Bring that up. But no, yeah, I was standing in the kitchen and was like, I gotta say thank you to the person in the sky because I just felt like I needed some luck. I need some good luck right now. And I'm going to choose to believe that that's good luck for me. So, yeah. Yeah.
What are you manifesting?
I don't know. Just like everything. We were talking to, Aaron and I were out for a walk the other night, and we were talking to one of Aaron's friends who's
Shout out Nick.
And who's a very talented musician and also has worked a day job at the PNE for most of his life. And he was I think he's late 40s.
No. Very early 40s.
Very early 40s?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, he said 40 bleep. So whenever someone's like, I'm 30 bleep or 40 bleep, I'm like, you're in your late. That's the late version of that.
No. He's early 40s.
Is he?
Yeah.
But as soon as you're 40, it's like you might as well say you're 41, 42, 43. As soon as you get into like 46, 47, 48, you're going to be like 40. What? Like, I'm not. You know what I mean? People start getting silly in middle age. In middle age, they start being like, I'm 40 wine o'clock. Like, everyone's just what they're into. They just love to be kooky and have a little kooky girl time. All of them. Did we talk about before on the
What were you gonna get?
Oh, sorry. Anyway, and then so we were talking to Nick, and then he was like talking about how he would want to find a new job, but he doesn't want to. But he's like, but I'm 40 bleep, so I don't have the same youthful hope of like going back to school and that things will just all work out. The essence of what he was saying was he doesn't have the same youthful hope that things will just all work out. And it really freaked me out because I was like, do I just delusionally believe that like all of my dreams are going to come true?
Yes.
And then
so we have a podcast studio.
Yeah, that's so true. But that's a dream that came true.
The studio did.
Yeah.
The podcast has 7 viewers that are your parents.
Absolutely failing. But I just have this like delusional idea. You have the same delusional idea or you wouldn't have done all of this.
Oh, I'm insane.
Yeah. It's insane. It's insane to be so delusional to think that everything's gonna work out. But I have so much faith that it will. It's so stupid. So anyway, I'm manifesting a beautiful life. But I have a beautiful life, so it
worked.
Yeah, so it worked.
You didn't even need that bird shit.
Well, no, there's other things that I still want though. I'm a greedy little bitch.
Yeah?
I'm a greedy little bitch. I want a lot from life.
When does it end?
When does it end?
When does it end?
I think I want a lot from myself, not just a lot from life. I don't just want a lot from like other people or other things. I want a lot from myself. I think I'll feel really good about that if I can get if I can be the reason that I got a lot in my life, I think that's fulfilling for anybody. But yes, I already have I've been given a lot of beautiful things too that I haven't really worked that hard for, like beautiful family and friends and
Yeah.
you.
Oh,
Yeah, that was a gift. I didn't have to do anything special for that, I feel like. I
big
just got really lucky.
old bird shit on me one
A big
day.
old bird must have shit on me when I was a kid and said, "You're gonna have awesome friends and family and loved ones, and isn't that nice?"
I believed in the break a mirror and you get 7 years bad luck.
Yeah?
You ever have that?
Yeah, I mean, I believed in
And I
it,
broke
and
one when I was young, and then I broke one again when I was 10, and I was like, "I just got over the last."
that's so funny.
I was like, "I was just coming out of the last ones."
I was over here believing in good luck, and you spent your whole life believing in all the bad luck.
Yeah, because I have a Catholic mom.
Yeah, 100% betting that it is bad luck. For some reason, your mom does not. Your mom talks with like an Italian Canadian accent, but in my mind, she talks like an old Jewish lady. Like in my line, she's like 7 years bad luck. Like that's what she sounds like.
What 7 more years?
What 7 more years when every day is hell? What 7 more years when every single day's the worst day of a fucking stupid life? The devil lives with us in this house upstairs. His name is your father.
Long Island mom?
Yeah, Long Island Jewish mom. She would have to have nails and like really hairsprayed hair. She would have to have those nails that go up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when moms have the fake nails and they go like that. Like long and like
I feel
curved.
like you like those nails.
I love those nails. 100%. But it's an expressive hand. Maya has it. My Maya.
Yeah.
Shout out Maya. I know she listens to this while she makes soap, which is so cute. But yeah, Maya has
Soap girls.
shout out soap girls. Maya has very expressive hands. And she has she does.
Yeah.
She has you watch her talk and it's like she's holding 2 balls of different liquid at the same time. And she's trying to figure out how to make sure that they don't spill on the ground, Like that kind of energy. I love it. I love it so
Gesticulate
much.
a lot.
And then she'll roll her hand up into into a ball, and then she smacks it on her leg and she looks around.
Yeah.
It's very sweet. I love people who gesticulate with their hands.
Charlie Demers has that joke about how Fitbit has no usable data with the Italian community.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. That's so funny.
Yeah. I'm at 10,000 steps. It's only 10 a.m. And then I remember I had an argument about peppers.
That's so funny. I don't know if I've heard that. That's so good. But yeah, I mean, well, Ma's French, your mom's Italian. I feel like that's
Cut from the same cloth.
Yeah. Your mom doesn't necessarily gesticulate with her hands as much. She's always just getting up and down and moving all around. Yeah. But anyway, what were we talking about?
Jeanette's more positive.
Yeah.
Jeanette feels that things can be
That's
overcome, and my mom's
Yeah, your mom is like, no. Your mom is like, absolutely not. We're all going to hell. We live there. I was born there.
like it here.
Satan brought me up. We like it here. Yeah, you like it there, right?
Yeah.
The positive, the negative.
all
I
you
don't
know.
know. Yeah. But I mean, going back to the bad luck thing, I also believed in bad luck. Like the break a mirror thing. I was very careful about breaking mirrors. I was like, I can't do it. But for some reason, I thought Ouija board was chill. I was like, I could do Ouija board.
Really?
Yeah, I did a Ouija board once, and then my friend's super Christian mom picked us up, and we were like, we had such a fun sleepover. We did Ouija board. And she was like, what? And she was so mad at us. And then she was like, you girls are freaking going to hell. And she was like, you've opened up the portal for demons, basically. I don't know what she said. She wasn't that dramatic, but she was pretty dramatic. She was so upset with us. And I was like, whoa, I've never seen my mom upset from like playing with a toy. And then I went home and told my mom, and my mom was like, I don't care that you were doing that. And then one other time I was over at that friend's house, and me, her, and her brother were all standing around, and we were all flashing each other. We were like 5, and we were all standing in a triangle, like a perfect triangle. And we would just be like 3, 2, 1. And then he would just like flash us his dick. And then we would just like flash him our tits. And we weren't doing anything else. We were literally just flashing each other. Like, can you imagine? Just take yourself back to being a kid for a second. Take yourself back to being a kid. And at the time I was like alone a lot of the time, because at the time I was only child.
No friends.
No friends. No, but like, but no, I did have friends. I was at the friend's house flashing each other. I had great friends. We were real close.
Too close.
We're getting naked. So all I'm saying is you are a kid and you haven't really seen any other like kids your age, this sounds so creepy because it's coming out of an adult's mouth, but I just mean, like, when you're a kid, you're curious, like, you don't know what else other people have. I'd never seen a boy naked. Maybe my dad when I was, like, a kid, but I don't remember that because I was in, like, freaking diapers. So to me, I'm kind of like, "What's under there?" I have no idea, right? So I was like, "We should." I don't think well, maybe I instigated, I have no idea. But, like, I was 5 years old, I don't fucking remember. But anyway, I remember from my mom. You know when you don't remember a story, you just remember someone telling you the story? Like, you can picture it because it's a story about you, but you don't actually remember it. You're just, like, recalling it how someone else tells the story. Kinda dangerous in some situations, but do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay. So, I don't have a memory of this, but my mom tells me that apparently they walked in and the 3 of us were flashing each other, and then we just got in, like, so much trouble.
Did you?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, because, that mom, the Christian mom, the same one who was mad at us for playing Ouija board, I was friends with her daughter, and this was her brother, so it's like the brother, sister, and then me, and again, we're just freaking flashing each other, doing nothing wrong. She walked in on us, caught us, and was like, "Oh my god," and, like, made a huge deal of it and how we were, like, terrible, terrible kids. I think I might actually do remember this. I remember that feeling of being caught and being like, "Holy shit." And then, my mom came over and she was like, "You wouldn't believe what the kids are doing. The kids were locked up in the room flashing each other." And then my mom was like, "Okay, that's fine. Like, who cares?" And, she was just mad and she was like, I'm gonna ground them, so you figure out what you're gonna do." My mom took me home and I was like, "Am I in trouble?" My mom was like, "No, it's totally fine. Don't worry about it at all." And I was like, "Okay." Um, yeah, my mom just did not think it was a big deal. She also told me a story about the time when her and this boy named Billy, of course it's a boy named Billy. Whenever a parent tells you a story about their childhood, there is a boy named Billy involved. Matter what, if you have a boomer parents and they tell you a story, they had a friend named Billy, and Billy was the cause of all of their strife or joy. I have no idea. Anyway, my mom had this boy named Billy. They were in the closet also flashing each other when they were like 5 or something. And my grandparents caught them and they were really mad and made her feel so much shame that she decided when she was a parent that she was gonna be like, "I don't give a fuck who you flash." Which is sick. I mean, it's not like a great lesson for all around, but I think for other kids, it's a good call.
Good call.
You don't have to be embarrassed, I remember so many specific things though that I got caught with, like, one time. Okay, okay, okay. This is getting real, guys. So I have really long labia, like super long labia, okay? And when I was a kid, I would try to wear, like, not a kid, when I was like a teenager, I would try to wear normal underwear that like didn't obviously, I don't know, just normal underwear. And then I remember one time I bent over and I guess my vagina like fell out of my underwear. And my man, who's my stepmom, she, saw it. I was, like, bending over, and she was like, "Whoa!" And then, told me that I needed to bring my skirt lower because she saw my whole vagina. And it's not even because I wasn't wearing any underwear, it's just because my freaking stupid long pussy just fell out. Ugh, I hate that I just said that word.
Your kids listen to this.
They do?
I'm annoying. What kind of underwear was this?
Um,
That shouldn't
myself.
contain.
It was just like I was trying to wear string underwear on.
Oh,
I was trying to wear string underwear
and
and
a high skirt.
I don't have a vagina for that.
The high skirt.
Well, I was in a Catholic school.
Oh, that could have been way worse.
What?
That could have been way worse.
Yeah, I was in Catholic school even though I wasn't Catholic because I wanted to do their arts program for the last 2 years and take advanced English. Anyway,
Weird.
but yeah, I was wore a Catholic school uniform for the last 2 years of school. And, I've heard other women talk about this, but it is so true. I got catcalled more in that uniform than I've ever been catcalled again in my life.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
By who?
What do you mean? What do you mean by who?
Like
By who?
in school or outside of school? Everywhere.
Outside of school.
Oh, damn.
What do you mean by who? You think teenage boys have the wherewithal to catcall you in the hallway individually?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, maybe. Sorry, maybe. Maybe groups of teenage boys together might do that. But Who do you think was catcalling me? People with experience in catcalling. Grown men. Grown adult men.
Bus drivers?
Oh, a bunch of really nice lesbians were catcalling me. No. Of course they were. Of course.
Construction work?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't bus drivers.
Construction workers?
No, not even construction workers. It was just random men on the road.
School principal?
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Okay. So, no. Anyway, you know the answer to that, and it's obviously random grown men in cars. I think, yeah, anyway, I got told that my vagina was falling out and I needed to wear a longer skirt. But I think she thought it was because I was wearing no underwear, but I was. It just wasn't working.
Wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough to contain it all. And then the other time I got called out was I got given a lot of deodorant one Christmas, and it was because I was stinking. But they didn't tell me that. But then they told me that. They couldn't keep it in. They were not gonna tell me. They were just like, "Here's some stocking stuffers, and it's all deodorant." I was like, "Okay." And then they were like, "Do you know why?" And I was like, "Why?" And they're like, "You smell bad." I think they wanted me to open it and be like, "Is this because am I starting to smell bad?" And then they would be like, "No, sweetheart. We just thought you would like those flavors of deodorants." And then I'd be like, "Okay." But instead I was like, "Great deodorant, thanks, whatever." And then they were like, "You've been smelling for years and we've said nothing." And we're finally doing something about it. Acknowledge it, please.
I can't imagine you smell that bad.
I don't think I did.
Do teenagers have a smell?
Yes, because you're going through so many hormonal shifts that you just stink.
I don't remember it. Or
You
maybe I
still
never-
stink. You're the most stinky person I've ever met.
I don't know what I always smelled like, so like I didn't grow out of that teenage stink.
You didn't grow out of a lot of teenage things.
My teenage
You're yeah, exactly. No, you're still doing so many teenage behaviors. So
what?
oh, like just moving out of your mom's house last year? You little troll.
And now I have my own.
Your mom's basement, like we would joke you joke about mom's basements as such like a basic hacky joke about incels, and you were literally living in your mom's basement?
This is Vancouver. Everyone lives with their mom's basement.
With their mom's basement beside it.
Me and that basement got along great.
Yeah, I know you did. That basement was insane. It was dank and cold and disgusting and basically half outside.
It was an
It was basically outhouse with a bed.
I liked it.
It was like a weird paper mache house.
It was freezing. That's really well put.
It was wild. There was like holes, massive holes in the wall.
Yeah.
The fact that you ever got girls down there is beyond me.
Judge their character.
No, no, no. You always do that. Don't fucking spin it around. I'm not judging their character. I'm wondering how you, Mr. Suave freaking Rico, got them into your cardboard box. How did you trick them into going to your cardboard box? Did the box say free kittens? Does it say free kittens on the side of the basement?
Carrot on a stick.
It says free kittens on the side of that basement. They go, "Oh, what a lovely huge cardboard box." And they get in there.
Pull the string.
You're terrible. Terribly. What did you get called out for? Did your mom ever tell you smelled or your vagina was hanging out? Or
There's 3 of us, and we were all stinking.
yeah. So no one cared?
No, she was mad about everything all the time.
Yeah.
We were super frustrating.
Were you?
Yeah.
What were you doing?
And just, I don't know. Messy and starving.
Messy and starving.
Voracious.
Yeah. She probably liked that though.
Not the mess.
No, but that they all relied on you. That they all relied on her food.
Yeah. Put a trough out.
Put a trough out. You do still eat like you're eating from a trough.
I love a trough.
100% you eat like you're eating from a trough. Did we do this thing on the podcast yet where we said that everyone's either a lesbian or a gay man?
Not on the pod.
No?
I don't think so.
Oh my God, I love this theory. Okay, guys, so I have this new theory that every single person alive is either a lesbian or a gay man. And I'm not talking about just, we have to think beyond just someone's sexual orientation or gender identity, okay? We're talking about the embodiment of gay man versus the embodiment of lesbian. Because gay men, for anyone who knows gay men, if you are a gay man in life, you are fun, you are funny, you are eccentric, you are messy, you are not organized, okay? You can't figure your shit out. You're a little chaotic, you're a little all over the place. And if you're a lesbian, you're extremely organized, very good at planning, It's basically type A and type B. Type B is gay man, type A is lesbian. Yeah, very efficient, very, very. You probably have more money if you're type A, if you're a lesbian. Yeah, you're just better at life. And I think that every single person in this world can be categorized as a gay man or a lesbian. And I actually think I take it back. It's more than just type A and type B because lesbian isn't just like rigid and organized. There's also more of like a thoughtfulness and a care to, I think, a lesbian personality, and then there's more of like a absolute wildness, I guess, of the gay man personality. And I think everybody can be categorized into those two groups. So in conclusion, everybody is either a lesbian or a gay man, and you should think about which one you are.
What are you?
I said I'm a gay man, you're a lesbian, hardcore.
Hardcore?
Mm-hmm. But in our relationship dynamic, we're both lesbians.
So, little curveball there.
But we are a lesbian couple, 100%.
So sexually, you're a bit of a lesbian? You're a bit of a...
What?
I don't know.
It's not about sex. That's the thing. You have to, when you're conceptualizing of the gay man and lesbian thing, you're not talking about yourself sexually at all. You're just talking about your personality type. Like, for example, if you love Kylie Minogue, you are a gay man. If you plan hikes, you're a lesbian.
No?
Easy.
I don't plan hikes.
Yes, you do.
I wanted to, and then...
You planned a hike, and I commandeered it with chaos like a true gay man.
It's true. You wouldn't go.
Trying to get me to go on a hike.
And then we went to brunch and had mimosas again.
Yes, we went to brunch and we had mimosas, and I had a little espresso martini. We did a sake tasting. We walked around the island. We took a cute little boat back over to the beach. We chilled on a patio, had another little drink.
No hike.
Cute. No hike at all. Yeah. If you are the one planning the hike, you're a lesbian. If you're the one commandeering the hike to go to brunch, you are a gay man. That's the easiest and simplest way I could put it. And I think every relationship, it's nice to have one or the other. You know, it's nice to have one of each. Mm-hmm. It goes together well. You will see some relationships where there's two lesbians, and I don't mean lesbians. I mean like in the archetype of lesbians. And that's a recipe for a very successful couple, very organized, very on it, you know, very with it. Sometimes you'll see a relationship with two gay men. And again, I don't mean two gay men. I mean like two gay men. And you'll be like, those two people are not going to work. They're absolute wreck right now. They're like so all over the place. They've missed their flights. They've got their thumb up their asses. One of them fell asleep in a park. Like, you just don't need it. I mean, I'm sure sometimes it can work, but I think good relationships have one of each. You know, it's good to have a lesbian and a gay man. I hate hiking. I don't understand why everyone really just loves hiking so much. Everyone's like, it's so nice. Me and nature. I love nature.
Nature's beautiful.
Oh my God. You can see nature perfectly well from a gondola.
Yeah, but that's not exercising.
Why do I need to go outside to exercise? Why do I need to try and enjoy something and exercise? I don't enjoy exercise, so I'd rather just do exercise and then go enjoy nature by sitting in a park, swimming in a lake. I'm down to camp. I'm not saying I'm not down to freaking camp.
A park is not trees and forest.
But I don't want to be in the forest really, unless I have like.
Forest is so nice. Everyone says it's really good to be in the
forest. Unless I have a yurt.
You just want to go nap?
Yeah. Or there's like a little beach area.
There's always a little beach area, but you maybe can't get there unless you hike there.
No. There's some other way that you can get me there.
No, not always. Not with most of nice nature.
When I see stuff like that, where it's like there's a really rewarding thing at the end of a really long walk, I just imagine that I'm a baby in a stroller, like, you know, those really nice strollers with the mesh netting that goes across the front, so like the baby can see out, and the baby's like taken care of, and it's insulated. And if it rains, there's a little plastic cover for the baby, and inside there's like some snacks, you know, and like favorite blanket, and like a stuffed animal, and like a little pillow for your head. I just picture I'm in one of those luxury strollers when I think about having to walk really long distance for something rewarding. But the sad thing is that when you're a baby in a stroller, you don't get to enjoy it because you don't fucking remember anything. Like, we need to make adult strollers.
So you can remember things?
So you can try it out.
It's called cars.
Yeah. Not the same.
It is the same.
It's not the
It has the mesh
same.
and the window and the AC.
No, strollers can go off-roading. Strollers are like ATVs.
So can cars.
Not the way strollers can. I just remember seeing, oh my God, I remember seeing those babies in those like little caddy cars that they have at the back of bicycles, you know? And then this kid's just lucks while the parents sweating their ass off on a bicycle. And I'm like, fuck, I wish that was me.
But their view is just your dad's butthole.
Oh.
You ever think about that?
I don't think they're thinking about that. I think they're napping.
No.
Now they have an iPad. They're doing great.
Some of them are on their, like the back wheel, and then their dad's ass is right.
I'm not talking about those fucking cheap ass McDonald's tray.
Those are like $3,000.
No, I'm talking about the ones where the bike and then it has a little attachment car, and that little car has the covering and the baby in it and stuff.
I think those are actually not that safe.
Oh my God, Darren. It's got to ruin everything. It's not that safe. Who cares?
The other ones are actually nicer.
The ones that are right up against your back?
Yeah, the ones where you're staring at your dad's asshole.
What's with you and your dad's asshole?
It's Mother's Day.
Oh my God. I can't. You're so weird. Oh my God. Yeah, but I don't think it's that nice to stare at your dad's asshole. I mean, sorry, to have the thing. Like, I don't think it's that nice to have the one where you're right up against the back, because you're also not staring at anyone's butt. You're up against their back. You're licking their back hair, if anything. But that's not nice because you're not covered. You're just out exposed in the oven. Yes, I want to be indoors, outdoors.
I don't think it's that comfortable. I think you're going to get jostled around.
I think it's nice. I think it's a better option than being the person on the bike or being the person who has to walk.
You don't like biking either? You like the e-bike?
Yeah, I'm not saying I don't like it. Like, I like swimming and being outside and walking around. I like walking around and I like biking, but I like it in like an adult way of like, I know this is good for me and like I should do it, you know? But like my soul wants to be a baby in a little wrapped up thing. My soul wants to be in a stroller. Okay?
A solar.
Look, I'm down to drink the green tea and do the yoga and do the exercising and the mental health and the writing all the things in journaling and whatever the fuck. But sometimes in my soul, I am just a kid in a stroller going home and writing in their secret password diary. I am doing that. You know, just eating baby bottle pops, dipping hardened sugar into powdered sugar, licking it off and going back again. Simple routine, basic, good for the brain. Just a circuit, just a loop. You know, just like just a 1-2 feedback loop. The simplest way to get joy. I lick this, I put this in here, I get more sugar, I lick it off and I put it back in here again. It's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful to have a little tiny lollipop that you just lick, and by licking it, it helps all the other sugars stick to it. Oh my God. What a sweet moment. Can you tell I went to the sauna today? So relaxed. But you know, what a genuinely beautiful, beautiful moment. Or like just putting up a poster on your wall. You know, you're in your room and you get a poster. You just put it up on your wall.
That does feel good.
Oh, those crazy ones from the magazine where you have to like take them out of the full magazine and then there's like a hole in the middle of someone's face because it was like folded up in a magazine and it's like creases and whatever, but you don't care. It's someone you love. It's Chad Michael Murray. And so you put him on the wall. I actually didn't love Chad Michael Murray, but I had friends who did. They thought he was really cool. I loved Adam Lambert. I was so obsessed with American Idol superstar Adam Lambert. I was sad when I found out. I remember I found out that Adam Lambert was gay and I didn't know. I was like 14 and I found out that he was gay. And I mean, of course he's gay. Like, obviously. As an adult, I would be like, yes, obviously. That man's wearing so much eyeliner and screaming like, wow, at the top of his, like, that man is gay.
But you've always been a gay man.
I'm a gay man. I'm a gay man who loves gay men. Sometimes I love chaos. And I found out that he was gay and I cried.
Actually?
Yes. Not, I didn't cry because of like homophobia. I cried because I could never have him. In my mind, and I know a lot of 14-year-old girls thought this way because I feel like there's memes about it, but I was like, it is a very real possibility for me to meet Adam Lambert and we're going to fall in love. And then when I found out he was gay, I was like, oh my God, that's the ultimate rejection, because he would never reject me because I'm 14 years old and have a back brace. He would only reject me because of his sexuality. That was something I couldn't fight against, and I knew it. You know, everything else, every other opposition he had, I was ready. You're too young, you're a child, I would go to prison. I don't care.
Your back is an S.
Your back is a full S. I don't care. Every time I bump into you, it makes a sound. I don't care.
Your pussy's falling out of your pants.
Your pussy's falling out of your skirt. I don't care. I don't care. Oh my God. My hair's caught on your braces. I don't care. I had so many ways I was going to make him fall in love with me. And to be honest, I really didn't think about anything. I didn't think about the back brace and the 14 and the fact that I was just a random kid. I didn't think about any of that. I just knew that. I just thought that if he met me, we would have such a soul connection, you know, that he would just sweep me up in his arms. But then he was gay. And what am I going to do? Can't turn a gay man. Even at 14, I knew. I was like, I'm not going to be able to turn a gay man. So I don't know what I'm doing with Aaron.
Turned me.
Trying to turn him.
Yeah, you did.
I did turn you. No, you're full lesbian. Full lesbian for sure. You're the biggest lesbian I know.
You're the biggest gay man.
I know. And together, we are lesbians. Which I know doesn't make sense to anybody, but it makes sense to us, and we know it.
That's all that matters.
I think the best way to describe us is like that one time that we were driving in the car, and you were just driving with your hands. Didn't what if I to say it? 10 and 2. Aaron was driving with his hands perfectly at 10 and 2, and I'm just rocking out to Nicki Minaj in the passenger seat. That's us, baby. I love it. I love that I don't have to like pretend with you.
Yeah.
That's really nice. It made me realize how many other relationships in my life there was an element of who I was that I was like squashing down or making small or lying about because I felt like I had to. I don't know. And I'm not blaming anybody specifically, like any of my past lovers. But I feel like when you're like with your person, it's cool how everything it just makes more sense. Like, and you're just more yourself than even you were before they were there. You just feel more yourself all the time. You don't feel any part of you is like less yourself, you know? I mean, I didn't really feel that with my ex-girlfriend as much. Like, I didn't feel like I was hiding parts of myself. Maybe we weren't like fully ourselves, but I did feel like with my ex-boyfriends, there was some element of me being like, of me needing to change the way I was talking because I was like, oh, I'm talking to a man. And so I have to like change the way I'm wording this or do this to make it more comfy or like whatever, which is just so tiring. And it's really nice to not have to do that. I can just say whatever I'm thinking and then you get it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not like, what? Why didn't you like the thing? Like, men are really sensitive. And you are very sensitive. And I'm very sensitive too. But sometimes men are sensitive about things that I'm like, we don't need to be sensitive about this.
I can be like that.
Sometimes. But I don't know if when you do it, it's like there's a different level of like I always know it's going to be fine. Like we're going to figure it out and talk about it and it's going to be okay. And when you are sensitive, I don't change the way I talk to you. I still talk to you like I would always.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is good and important.
Talk to me like a sweet little gay man. Oh, I'm a lesbian. I forgot.
You're so tired.
Talk to me like a lesbian.
Yeah.
You're tired.
Kind of. A little bit. It's probably time to go, isn't it?
You're at 35 minutes.
Should we naturally phase ourselves out?
Do you have anything else to say?
I mean, I have a lot to say on a lot of topics, but I'm kind of worried that I'm going to get diarrhea again. Those of you that don't know, I've been having diarrhea today because it happens every single time I get ramen in this place that I love. But I hate that. And I'm not willing. You know when something's so good that you're just not willing
to accept the diarrhea.
You think it's going to be different every time. It's literally a gut toxic relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Toxic gut. What's it called? Gut rot. It's a gut rotting relationship. And I have one. TSS. What?
Toxic shock syndrome.
Oh yeah, I was so scared I was gonna get toxic shock syndrome when I was a kid. When I was 13 when I was 13 and I learned about tampons, and then they tell you on the box that there's a risk of toxic shock syndrome. You read that and you're like, what the fuck? And you imagine it too. Like if you ever had your tampon in for too long, you just imagine yourself like freaking out and starting to like quiver and be like, and then getting toxic shock syndrome.
Do you think I could get it from Q-tips?
Up your butt?
In my ear? I left them in.
Maybe. But I think it's also because don't tampons have like bleach in them or something?
No, I don't think that's what it is.
They don't?
They might. Yeah, they definitely might.
I don't know. There's something suspicious. There's always something suspicious with every feminine product. Every other day it's like pads have titanium in them or something.
Isn't the Diva Cup kind of safe and natural?
They say Diva Cup is safe, but then it's like the plastic is...
It's silicone.
The plastic was lined... The plastic was sprayed down with the same spray that they used for tear gas in the war. And like,
no.
I don't know. There's always some dramatic... The coating is wrong. It's the orangutan. It's orangutan pussy juice or something. it's endangered. I hate how many times I said the word pussy on the podcast.
You hate Diva Cups.
I hated my Diva Cup. Fuck. Okay, the diarrhea wave has passed. I hated my Diva Cup so much. Because it didn't fucking work. Like for anyone who doesn't know, there's two sizes of Diva Cup. There's small pussy and large pussy. And they don't want to say that. God, I keep saying pussy. I just want to say vagina.
What do they call it?
I really want to say vagina. I want to say vagina, but to me, pussy sounds so like, it's so sexual.
No, it's not.
It is. And that's what guys say. Guys are always like, oh, that be pussy. You know? I like saying vagina. But I guess sometimes I'm talking about my vulva. And when I say those two together, I feel like an ant who's trying to be cool. Vulva. I feel like that's the name of an ant who's trying to be cool. Ant vulva. Anyway, so
give your Aunt Vulva a kiss.
Give your Aunt Vulva a kiss. The world's going to hell. It's
Happy
just your
birthday.
mom. Happy birthday. Let me pinch those cheeks. Why the fuck did ants want to pinch cheeks so bad? Stop. You don't need to pinch anything.
Did
Weird.
they?
Yes. The big thing with ants was that they always were like, oh, I want to pinch your cheeks.
You had the biggest cheeks in the whole world.
I did. My cheeks were weighing down my whole ass face.
Cruella de Vil cheeks.
Yeah, they called me a bulldog in school. Because I had jowls at age 7.
And a wicked underbite.
No underbite. No, just gap teeth. Gap teeth and jowls. It was like if Madonna was a dog. Anyway, so Madonna was a bulldog. But yeah, ants always wanted to pinch your cheeks. And I realize now that that's like the modern version of being like, this thing is so cute, I want to kill it. Or like, this thing is so cute, I want to squish it or eat its bones. Or
I love those.
Yeah, use its little toes. Yeah, use its little toes to floss my teeth. Whatever. But that's what that was. It was just like them wanting to like grab something cute and freaking pinch it. But pinching in general is so fucking stupid. Nobody should be pinching. Pinching is dumb. The only time you should be pinching is if you're using spices, dried herbs and spices. You should never be pinching anyone. It's such a mean little gesture. It doesn't make anybody feel good. It leaves a little red mark sometimes. It feels awful. And what the fuck is the point? Just to be pinching. It just sounds gross. I hate it. Anyway, you shouldn't pinch. Anyway, there's two sizes of Diva Cups. Small and large. But they don't want to say small and large. So they'll say like before age 35 and before giving birth, and then after age 35 and after giving birth.
Oh, really?
Which is honestly insane, because now that I think about it, I'm like, what happens at 35? Does your vaginal canal just go like and just fucking evaporate? Just comes down. It's like the Berlin Wall. Just crashes.
Liberated.
Yeah. And then you don't care about what people think anymore, hopefully.
Labia-rated.
Fingers crossed. Labia-rated.
That's good.
That's good. I liked that. You worked it in good. Quick. Anyway, so there's the two sizes. And so I was like 24 at the time when I got it. So I was like, I'm going to get the small size. So I got the small fucking size.
Way too small.
No, it's not. It's just, well, maybe, but it leaks. It goes up in there and I twirl it around, which is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to twirl it so it suctions up into you. Insane. And
didn't make a seal?
Sometimes it did. Sometimes it did, and it lasted the whole day. And you know what? I was like, I'm a Diva cup fan. And then sometimes it fucking leaked, and I would be in the public restroom, gloshing my fingers out of my vagina, just covered in blood, just spilling out. You have to empty out the cup. It's important to like empty out the Diva cup into the toilet. Yeah, I'm sitting over the toilet with my fingers coming out of me like I'm giving birth to this freaking Diva cup every time. If anyone walked in, it looks like I'm having a miscarriage 9 times out of 10. I'm miscarrying in the bathroom, and then I'm freaking trying to, and then you're using like, let's say Cineplex toilet paper, okay, to try and clean off extremely bloody fingers that are now fast drying. By the way, blood is fast drying. As soon as blood comes out of your body, it's ready to dry. It just becomes this little like sticky, stacky coating on you. And then you go with the thinnest toilet paper in the world from Cineplex and try to wipe it off your hands. That doesn't work. So now you have blood under your fingernails and you look like a fucking serial killer, or like you're really into period fingering. And then you have to come out of the bathroom and like run and wash your hands. And there's like blood running off your hands as you're washing it. And also you had to stick that dirty ass cup back up inside you because you don't have a backup. Because you were wearing the Diva cup and you shouldn't be. 1 cup is enough to last enough blood for your entire menstrual cycle. That's what they fucking say.
No.
Yes, that's what they say. And so you don't worry. By the end of the day, it won't even be half full, basically.
Actually?
That's what they say, kind of.
They don't.
They do. They say that 1 cup is enough for the entire blood of all your menstrual cycle.
No.
Which is absolute bullshit because I would
Like 1 a day.
overflow that cup.
In like a day.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, you're full of blood.
Full. Brimming. I'm taking it out as freaking brimming. And then I have nothing to do. I'm in an individual freaking stall. I have to figure my life out now.
Sounds very specific to a scenario at Cineplex.
No, it's happened to me so many times. It happened to me in a winner's bathroom. It happened to me restaurant bathrooms. It happened to me all the time when I was wearing a Diva Club. I was trying to do it for a long time. It was terrible. And also, what the fuck is with that name? Diva Cup.
It's a good name.
Because you're Diva. It's a terrible name.
I like the name.
Why?
Because I'm a man and I don't understand women's marketing. But I think it's a good, clever name.
Diva Cup. Because you're Diva. You know what divas do? They bleed all over winners.
And Cineplex.
You know what divas do? They get fucking blood under their fingernails that they can't get out. You know what divas do? Admit that their pussy is stretched past 35.
Or before 35.
Or before 35. So yeah, I probably should have got the large one. You know what? I would have loved to try the large one and see if the large one works.
Have you ever tried the large one?
No.
It might be perfect.
Oh, then I have to admit that my pussy is gaping more for my age. Like that's not really nice of them to do. They know what they're doing. That's not nice because I've never had kids. Okay. And so what? I'm just supposed to admit that at age 25. You
had a 35-year-old pussy.
I had my pussy was aging at that of a 35-year-old.
Or had a child.
What? That's nuts.
You're 31
Why
now.
so loose? Yeah, I'm still 31. I'm not even 35. 4 more years to go, apparently.
And then we'll try it.
I'm not trying crap.
Stick I'm not trying tampons.
I'm not trying.
You bleed through tampons, though.
Because I'm not very good at managing my period.
There it is.
I'm not. I said it. I don't care. I don't know why.
I said it.
I don't know why I have to be. Yeah, nobody's waiting for me to say that ever. Everyone's like, I actually don't know how we got here. I don't really know that anyone's like, wow, big reveal cast. No, I'm not good. I don't think any woman has ever talked about this to me. And so I would like to talk about it. But I don't think you're automatically going to be good at managing your period just because you have one. Like, That's like saying you're automatically going to know what hair color looks best on you just because you have hair. You don't know that. You don't know what hair color looks best on you until you figure it out. Just like I don't know what works best for me on my period until I figure it out. And what if I don't want to figure it out? What if I just want to be a little messy and I'm fine if my underwear gets ruined sometimes? And sometimes I have to get up and I have to check the seat behind me to see if I left a stain. I do that pretty often, actually.
Do you?
And I almost never leave a stain, but there's been a couple times.
You've left a stain?
Sometimes there's a little bit. Sometimes it's a plastic chair and there's a little wet spot. And I'm like, uh-oh. And then I realize it's sweat. And it's fine.
It's just ass sweat.
Yeah, I don't know. All that heat concentrated together. It's like making a fire. You know what I mean? When you're rubbing sticks.
Yeah.
Rubbing flaps. Gross, Cass. Fuck.
You didn't say pussy.
I know, but I said rubbing your flaps together to make a fire. A flap fire. Fire flap. Fire flaps. Reporting for duty. But yeah, anyway, and then the world of tampons is not so easy either, is it? Because you have the beautiful tampons, the really nice, sleek ones.
Yeah.
The ones that go up and just, you feel like a Porsche when you put one of those inside you, you're just like, like, woo! It goes up a tube like you're in one of those like fancy elevators or like one of those tubes that brings like a scroll up.
Yeah.
It's like that's how it feels like it. And it's braided string, gorgeous little tip that you can hold on to. It feels so nice.
Pearl colored.
Tampax Pearl. Tampax Pearl. They're not all pearl colored. Some of them are blue, some of them are purple, some of them wherever. But then you have the freaking horse and cart of tampons, which is the McDonald's straw. It's literally a McDonald's straw, and it's disintegrating as you're pushing it up inside of you.
It becomes toxic sock syndrome.
Yeah, toxic straw syndrome. That's what's happening right there. You push it up inside of you. First of all, they don't even bother enclosing the tampon into a sleek little chute. No, there's just cotton and it's overflowing the McDonald's straw. Like they tried to shove it in there and it didn't fit, so it's coming out the top. There's a muffin top on the tampon. There's no ability to grip it. It's just absolute paper. It's turning soggy inside of you. It's literal crap. And then if you want to get so weird and niche, you have OBs, which are tampons with no applicator. They just have a weird little plastic covering. They come out. What do you do with it? You figure it out, bitch. No instructions. This is actually fucking free for all. And I don't know why moms loved in the 90s, loved in 2000s, loved OBs, but they were everywhere. My mom had so many OBs. I couldn't fucking use that shit because you have to do everything yourself.
Did you get the plastic off?
Yeah, you have to take the plastic off, and then you have a tampon as it should be inside you. You have to get that inside you. Yeah. Then you have to take your finger and flour it out the bottom, fray it out, sitting there like you're fucking sewing this tampon from scratch.
Really?
Yeah. And then you have to take it with your finger, perfectly balanced, by the way, like din, 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 up your vagina and push it up there and just hope for the best. Hope that you get the right placement. Hope that you don't go too crazy. Hope that it didn't go up into your cervix. Hope that it didn't just go into the entrance and then you'll sneeze and it'll come out in your underwear. Just complete free for all. Why? Why make that? This was before anyone was environmentally conscious.
But no plastic. Very
well, yes,
plastic.
but there is plastic, a little plastic sheet around it. But other than that, sure.
Applicator.
But like, why? Why? Why no applicator?
Yeah.
Why? Anyway.
Small, concealed.
I guess.
You keep it in your clutch.
I guess. Smallest and most concealed. But anyway, there's just no good options. And then, or you could have pads, which is basically having a diaper. Or you could have a panty liner, which is going to get curled up inside you in 2 seconds. You're going to move and it's going to get unstuck. It's going to stick to your butt, stick to your flaps.
Pads are for kids, aren't they?
Silly rabbit. Pads are for kids. No, pads are not for kids.
Aren't they?
No.
Grown women don't use pads.
Grown women don't use pads. That is what I'm going to say to my bully the next time I see her. Grown women don't use pads,
do they?
Bitch. They do. Some of them. Yeah.
Oh.
I've met. It's rare that you meet a woman who's like, I only use pads, but I've met them. Yeah. They're around.
Because they probably have some sort of.
You know what? They might have really light periods. And honestly, if you have a really light period and you can get away with like a longer panty liner and just changing that every couple hours, I get it. Like some women, it's that they don't want to put anything up inside them, which is fair.
Sometimes that's a condition.
Condition?
Yeah, it's where you're very tight or something. I forget what it's called.
It sounds like you learned this condition on a porn website.
No.
What condition are you talking about?
It's like, I forget what it's called.
She has this condition where she's just too tight.
It's not PCOS, but it's like you have issues opening.
Oh, there are people who have like vaginal wall
contraction
issues and stuff.
Yeah.
Like their muscles are tight in the area.
Sometimes they couldn't even probably fit a tampon.
Well, okay. That's no.
Not your issue. You're
Jesus.
I've had 3 kids.
Yeah, apparently I've had 3 kids. I need Super Plus tampons and a maxi large Diva cup. XXL Diva cup. For the 70-plus-year-old
You can just use a whole toilet paper roll.
Yeah. Just take it. Put the Diva cup in the middle of the toilet paper roll and then stick the whole thing up there. Whatever they don't absorb, it'll just work its way in like a Greek Colosseum. Cool.
Massive funnel.
I have had, though, this pissed me off once where someone asked me for a tampon, and that's like the girl code. You ask for a tampon, you get one. And then
it's very sweet.
Of course. And I gave her one, and it was a super, which is one size bigger than regular, okay? Because there's different sizes. There's petite, there's regular, there's super, there's super plus, and then ultra. So ultra's like, ultra's tight, crazy.
Is it big?
Yeah, ultra's the biggest one. Then there's super plus, and then there's super.
Yeah.
And then there's regular, and then there's like petite or whatever. And I offered her tampon, and because she needed one, and then I gave her a super, and she's like, I can't use these. I only use the light ones. And I was like, first of all, if you can only use size 1 of 5 on the tampon scale, and you're asking for a tampon, you need to be asking for that size that you need. You need to be, you say, I can only, my little tiny pussy can only handle this very tiny little. So do you have a shred of yarn that you could spare for me? Like, you need to be asking that way. You can't just be like, can I have a tampon? And I give you a normal one. And by the way, the sizes are not astronomically different. Okay.
Size doesn't matter. You heard it here first.
You're so excited to get that one in, weren't you? Like if you need to be clear about if you need a specific size, because also it's if you've had fingers or other stuff up there, if you've had 2 fingers up there, you can handle an ultra tampon. You're okay. That's all I'm saying. Just absorbency levels. You just leave it in longer. Get toxic shock for all I care. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. But yeah, some people. Yeah.
She also came to you. How tall was this girl?
Like 5'8".
Oh.
What?
She came to you.
Yeah.
You clearly have a giant vagina.
I clearly have a very long vagina. I do. I think I have a very big one.
I can tell from looking at you.
Yeah.
You're giant.
BPE.
Big pussy energy.
Yeah. I don't know. You never really know because like you don't have much to compare it to. Even when you like, yeah, there's not really any. Oh, sorry. Stabbing my foot. That was bad. Yeah, even when you like sleep with other women, it's hard to know what the size is. You can't compare it to yours. You're not gonna like. I don't know.
Smush them together?
No, it's just like there's no way to know. There's really truly no way I feel like to compare the inside of your vagina to anything else and to like really know how big it is. You could mold it, I guess. We tried to mold my vagina and it didn't work.
No, we didn't try to cast the inside.
No, that's true. We just tried to mold the outside and we just ended up with dog's breakfast. That's what it looks like anyway. Am I right, fellas? Am I right? Okay, this is getting weird now.
Yeah, wrap it up.
I've been acutely aware more times than one throughout this podcast that the people who listen to it the most are my parents.
Yeah.
Oh well. Sorry guys. Love ya.
They
yeah.
can stop whenever they want.
It's true. That's true. They won't though. They love to know. They'd rather know than not know. That's what happens when you're curious.
Because you don't call them.
I do. Give me a break.
They have to listen.
Okay, everybody is over there every other day kissing on their mommy like you are.
It's not true.
Okay. Just gotta clarify.
I barely kiss her.
Yeah. On the mouth.
Happy Mother's Day.
Stop saying Happy Mother's Day. This has gotten so creepy. Okay. Please don't hate us. Thank you all for listening to the podcast. And if you have any questions or things that you want me to answer, I think it's clear that it's just going to keep descending into madness unless somebody asks me a question that I can answer. So please ask me a question. I'd appreciate it. Thank you all for listening so much. I really appreciate that too. I hope everybody has a wonderful week. And if you get your period, just free bleed.
Good advice.
Yeah, I think that's what we need to be doing.
Probably the best advice.
Free bleed. Free. It'll be a free bleed fall. So we got to work our way up to it because, we got to warm up to some ideas, ladies. I get it. It's okay. Take your time. Wean them off slowly. And then by fall, we free bleed.
Soaker summer.
Good. I want to see bitches on the water slides with period going all the way down. Red trail of tears.
Weepy winter.
Absolutely. The highway of hemoglobin. That's what I want to see.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Thank you all so much for listening to the podcast. I appreciate it so much. If you have questions, askthepodcast@gmail.com and check out our show, Couples Counseling. I'm not sure when the next one will be by the time we release this, but
we're on Instagram.
Follow us on Instagram at Couples Counseling. Thank you so much.
Ciao.
Love you all. Bye.